to the promise of 2 Chronicles 7:14, the 4 steps God's people must take to bring the favor of God and His healing upon a nation begin with humility and end with turning from sin. In the middle, however, are 2 equally important steps. We must pray and seek the face of God. The American church is big on prayer. We preach on prayer, we extol the virtues of prayer, we share prayer requests and print them on lists that are distributed in church every week. There are literally hundreds of books on prayer. We celebrate the National Day of Prayer. The one thing we don't do, however, is pray. Why not? Well, I believe a big part of the problem is that we don't want to take that first step mentioned in 2 Chronicles 7, that of humbling ourselves before God. All too often, we don't pray because we don't live in an attitude of daily dependence on God. When something big happens, a diagnosis of cancer, a major financial reversal, or a huge relational struggle, we will turn to God in prayer. After all, when there are no other answers, that's what we do, isn't it? Pray. But most of the time, in the day-to-day challenges of life, we say to God, "Don't bother, I've got this." But what if, instead of looking at prayer as the last resort in a hopeless situation, we began to see prayer as the first resort in every challenging situation? What would happen if millions of God's people began their day in prayer, brought every big and little concern to God in prayer, and practiced praying with others out loud and on the spot? I can tell you what would happen. The revival would be on.